Welcome back everyone. I hope you're staying safe in this COVID-19 situation. If you want to go out just for emergency reasons, just wear masks and stay safe and just don't get touchy with anyone. Anyways, let's get started. And so in this lecture, this is probably the final version of the project we are doing, and we will cover this in this lecture. So in this lecture, we will be doing the work what the user has entered. So if you guys remember, we made a home page where you can write like anything in the text box and then it will be redirected. So in this lecture, we will complete that. It will show how many words, and then it will show how many words there are and what are the counts of each word, which will be really cool. And so this is like the back end. It won't be beautiful because this is not a front-end development course. If you want a front-end development course, then just comment down below. So we will be taking an analysis on it and taking it and figuring out how many words there are. So sorting amongst those words, this is the most used words and the next most used words. The big thing I want to show you is the flow of information. So how the information flows from point A to point B. So for example, let's go ahead and open our CMDs, and you might have been probably even opened that. So cd word count underscore project and then Python. I think you guys might be knowing by now what the main command is. So this is probably the main command, and it's really simple. And then I click enter. Should be working. Did I click enter? No, I didn't. I didn't click enter. Why isn't this working? Okay, there we go. All right. And then, so for example, let's say hello there. All right. And then I click enter. And then I do count. So this is the web page we are redirected to. But now when we see the URL, there's a question mark over here, and if you see after the question mark there's full text. And you might be wondering, why is there full text? There could be any other words, but if you clearly remember, for those people who have good eyes, we have named full text in our home.html. If you see here, name equals to, in quotations, full text. So this full text, it probably, if you put anything over here, then it will show the specific output or the word that you have inserted. For example, let me just go to, holy moly, let's just go to YouTube. I'm really sorry for the disruptions, and let's just go to YouTube. I'm gonna probably go and click, let's go to Avengers, random, isn't it? So I'm just gonna do Avengers, and where do I go? Avengers game. It's a random. So there's a new game, there's Avengers. If you guys want to watch it, I don't have the game.
Hello, this is 3DP.
Okay, wait a second. I'm just gonna pause this, and if you see here, if you see the URL, there's a question mark and there's a v equals to. So what this question mark says, after the question mark, this is the parameter, this is the variable. So this code, this unique code, will vary from person to person. It depends on which website or which browser you are coming from. So after this, so there's after the question mark, there's v equals to, and then the unique code. So basically the same thing. After this question mark, so this is the v and this is the unique code which you have inserted, which is hello there, and this is the unique code. So this is probably the brief example I wanted to show you. So the code over there here is unique, just like I told you. So there might be more parameters where you have clicked. So after a website URL, there will be some name equals to some value, just like I have mentioned. So we have named full text. I have also showed you in this Visual Studio Code, we have named full text. So when someone enters submit on the form, it passes on the parameter to the next page. So the question is, then how can we get the information here inside our views.py. So we can do the counting and all that. So it's through this request object. For example, let me just go over here. I'm going to go to views.py. So if you see here, the request over here, this request object tells us everything about the URL, even information about the computer, which user, like what computer the user has. It could be Mac OS or Windows. Alright, or maybe like Ubuntu. I mean, that's not actually, that's like the software, and there's like a Linux. It will tell us what the software or the user operates, the operating system. So we're gonna go over here. So I'm just gonna reload this page. Alright, I'm gonna reload this page, and then I'm gonna go to my Visual Studio Code. So if you see here, if I go, you just have the screen, go to views.py, and then we will write something after this count. Click enter. We're gonna do full text equals to request dot get, what am I doing, dot get, and then in this list we're going to do full text. And you might be thinking, why is that? Because we need to redirect the home page. Whatever the user is entering from here, we need to show it up on this page and say how many words it is. Alright, I'm just going to go to my, and then after this we're going to do print full text. So this process is done. So that's how easy it is to pull the parameters from top of a URL and have access to the right here at views.py. So rather than print this out, we're gonna do, so to print this out, what we are gonna do, we're gonna do a dictionary over here. So we're gonna do a comma, and then in this dictionary we're gonna go ahead and have a dictionary. We're gonna do full text, and let's just do full text over here. Alright, and then full text, simple as that. So now we go to our count.html. What we do here is, for example, let's just say this is a temporary, so I'm just gonna say there are 20 words. So obviously this is a temporary example. Obviously it's a testing, but at the end of this course, which is today, I mean this project, the amount of words you insert in, it will show you. So I'm just gonna do this for a temporary reason. So words in your text. Alright, and I'm just gonna click enter, and then h1 your text. Okay, wait, first of all I'm gonna see if this is working. So my CMD doesn't say anything. I'm gonna go and click enter. So there, I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the main home page. Hello there. So this is popping up, but we need to show the hello there over here. So your text. So this is a HTML. So your text, and after this your text, we're gonna do full. And so in this dictionary we're gonna put another dictionary and then full text. So go ahead and save that. I'm gonna go to my and refresh the page, and boom, so your text and there's hello there. So this is working currently, and have a thumbs up. Go ahead and drink something, and don't drink alcoholic. Anyways, let's get ahead. So let's go to a views.py. So have a pat on your back, be proud till now, but now things will get much more difficult, but just stick. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and let's make another, we're gonna name a variable name word list equals to full text dot split. So we want to split the word list, which we have named. Alright, okay, oops, now in this count, in this dictionary, in this return render, after the full text, we're gonna add something really different. So we're gonna do count, and then in this count we're gonna do len. So this is the length, and what length will it take? It will take length word list. So when I do word, this whatever variable I have inserted or made, it already shows up over here. So just take a deep breath. I'm gonna click on save, and then after this we're gonna go to our count.html. Why do we gonna go to our count.html? So in this count.html, so if you see here, as I said, there are 20 words. So for those people who have faster brains, I'm not saying everyone has slow brains, it's just those people who have understood my course, or whatever I'm gonna do right now is, holy moly, I made a mistake. So there are, and there I'm gonna do a dictionary over here, and inside this dictionary, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna add another dictionary, and in this another dictionary, I'm gonna name the dictionary which I have inserted in my views.py in this count. So what will this do? For the same process, full text, like I have recalled full text over here, so I have also recalled count over here. So this will show how many words it is. So I have to go to my home page. So I will go right now, and then I'm gonna go and refresh. So there are 2 words in your text, and boom. For those people, let's just say like and subscribe. Okay, this is much more boring. I'm gonna say this is a back-end development project, and that is the current reason that this project is looking really boring. I'm gonna go and click enter, and boom, there are 19 words. I don't have time to count how many words there are, but there are currently 19 words because my perfect whatever project I made, it shows it has 19 words. But now what we are gonna do, so the basically idea to follow in order is that we now have the word list. Whatever we made now is the word list. So which are all the words inside of the text, we should make a dictionary. So if there's a new word we haven't found, we will add it to this dictionary, and then we will set its value. The key will be the word. The value will be number 1. If we see the word again, we will commit the word again from 1 to 2 and then to 3, right? For much more deeper explanations, I'm just going to go to my Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to go to my views.py. And in this views.py, what I'm going to do, I'm going to name, after this, I'm going to do word, and I'm going to name a variable. So I need to make a variable that just say word list. No, let's not make a word list. Let's just, I have a word list one. Let's make word dictionary. All right. So we have made the word dictionary, and now what we are gonna do, we are gonna add a for loop. So for word in word list, all right, if word in word dictionary, and then put a colon over here. So we are making a for loop, and if you haven't watched my for loop video, then go ahead and watch it. Cortan, I don't need you right now. If you haven't watched it, I'm just gonna go ahead and let's see if my name comes up. PyProTech Python, and my name does come up, and that's really satisfying. So if I think I did have a for loop. Yes, I did have loops. So if you haven't watched this video, go ahead and watch it. It has 82 views. I don't know why. Some of my views are degrading, and that's not good. So if you haven't watched it, just go ahead and watch it, and then I'm just gonna go to my Visual Studio Code. So I'm gonna add a comment over here. I'm going to go to increase, and in this comment, after this, I'm just gonna add a else also, and I'm gonna add a comment again. So this will fluctuate from time to time, and then add to the dictionary. All right. So, and then after this, I mean comments, you can add comments for notes. So I already have a video made for it. And then let's go ahead and word dictionary. All right, and we're gonna make a list. So in this list, we're gonna do word and then plus equals to 1. So this is an increment. This is gonna increase every time, and we have set the value from 1. So this will increase every time the new word shows up. All right. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna do word dictionary, and then in the else, obviously we're gonna do word, and then obviously what you guys should know is word equals to 1. So this will be constant, and whereas the word plus equals to 1 in the increase statement, it will be increment. I'm gonna have another comment, or maybe a slash increment. All right. So obviously the code has not yet finished. There is still some work to do. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our render. In this count, we're gonna do word dictionary, and then we put a colon over here, and then we're gonna do, let's just say word dictionary for safety reasons. And then so this is probably the safetiest. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our count.html, and in this count.html, we're gonna delete something. And what are we gonna delete? Let's just see over here. So let's go ahead and we're gonna delete something afterwards, not right now. h1 equals to, let's just do word count, and then put a colon over here, and then all right. So after this colon, what we're gonna do, we're gonna call the word dictionary, and in this word dictionary. All right. So this by far is working. I'm just gonna go ahead and so there's an invalid syntax that I made right now. So I'm gonna go to my views. All right, this should work. So there is an error, and why is it an error? I will get back to you with that right now. Just because I haven't named the word dictionary, that's so, I mean, I might look dumb right now, but I mean, this is probably the Django debugger. It will tell you where you have made mistakes, and that's really helpful. So I'm gonna go to my home dot, where was that, count. So there you go. So there's equals to, and you have to obviously name a dictionary, and this should refresh. It's reloading, come on, and then look, the server is working. So what basically I did, I have to tell the Django that word dictionary is an empty dictionary. So I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this page, and boom. So if you clearly see that the word count I have written, it's working, right? But obviously the code, obviously the project has still some left work to do. So what we're gonna do, so this will give an error just like I showed you, but what we can do is turn this into the list. So for example, let's just go to our count.h, let's go to our views, for example. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and change this. We're gonna do word dictionary dot items, and then that's what we are gonna do. So we have made this a list using items. So this will turn into a list. Now as we have our list, we can forward it to work in the count.html. And how do we process that? I will show you just in a bit. So let's go to our count.html, and in this count.html, let's make something. For example, let's make curly braces, and so as we have, so basically how the for loop works in, for example, I'm just going to go to my views. If you notice, I have done a for loop. So this is visible. I have done a for loop. So so how HTML processes for loops, it processes for loops in curly brackets and obviously percentage sign. So in this percentage sign, I'm going to do for word, and then let's do count total in word dictionary, which you have named right now. So whatever this is, so let's just go and copy paste this and then paste it. I'm gonna cut the, I don't need it. Like I said, I need to delete something, so this is the thing I really needed to delete. I don't need it because we have named it in this for loop. And now what we're gonna do, so because as we have started this for loop, we also needed to end it. We need to end this for loop. So where do we need it to end this for loop? We're gonna go ahead and do percentage and then end for. All right, so now what we are gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and write something over here. We're gonna do, let's do word, and then let's do a break over here, and let's do again a count total, which is over at this position. So another dictionary, we're going to do another break over here. All right, so let's go ahead and delete this. I'm just going to go ahead and delete this also, and I'm going to click save. Hope this is working. I hope this is working. Go ahead and, so this is working. So if you see, this has 1, has 3, the amount of words, has been shown in the text. So this is working. All right, so but just to make things much more clear and much more better, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead. So what we are doing in this views.py, it has turned into a list, and then we are going to say, all right, we are going to loop through each item. The key will be the word and the value will be count total. We will show up in HTML. So this count total will be the key. For example, we have done items equals to here. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our views.py and then check everything's working. So this is increment, and we're gonna go to our count.html. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to our views.py, and in this views.py we're gonna write something over here. So what are we gonna write? We're gonna do sorted. All right, we're gonna do sorted, and then words equals to sorted, and then word dictionary dot items. Just take this slow. I mean, this video will be really big, so take it slow because this is the end of the project we are doing, so it will take time. Just take it slow. Operator, and I'm gonna do dot item getter, and in this item getter I'm gonna do 1, and after that I'm going to reverse equals to true. So this will probably show the code as in it should be. So I am doing reverse equals to true just because this will tell the Python or the Django that this code, this program will be running in like a ordered list. And how do we name this? We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and delete this. We don't need this. We're gonna go ahead and do sorted words, and then we're gonna go ahead and delete this also, and then do sorted words. All right, and now we have named the sorted words over here, so we're gonna go to our count.html and we're gonna go ahead and change this sorted words. All right, so let's just go to, I'm gonna go and see the CMD. So this is working. So there's an error over here which is Python. Let's go to our, so it's giving an error at line 13, which is count.html. Line 13 is let's go ahead and so there's views.py in count and line 13. So there's views.py and there's line 13. So there's a mistake over here. Item.getter. Alright, there should be a mistake over here because we haven't imported. So this keys equals to operator. We haven't imported something. So let's go ahead and import. We haven't imported a command from. It's not from. It's import operator. So let's go ahead and save that, and hopefully this will work. Should work. And it's giving an error again. So let's go ahead. So where is it giving an error? It's giving an error at line 15. Alright, so this is how the Django should work. I mean, if there is an error, it will help you out. So line 15. Alright, so let's go ahead and check this out. So it's sorted, and words equals to items, and there's a comma over here, and the key equals to operator, and then item getter reverse equals to true. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. It's still giving an error. Okay, just wait a second. I'll be just back in a second and see where the errors are, and I'll continue the video just in a bit. Alright, so welcome back. So I have made a mistake and I will show you the mistake. So if you see, as I'm just going to go to my Python, the Django debugger, it says line 15. So I'm just going to go to line 15. So this is the error. This is the error which is showing. So this line is correct. This line is completely correct, but it's at the wrong place. So I'm just going to go and cut this and click save and put it, just make a space over here and then put it just right beneath the indentation of 4. And if I click save, and obviously we have changed the word, what was it called? The word dictionary. We have changed the word dictionary to sorted words. Alright, and if I click save, and boom, so it's showing, but there's just a few more adjustments that I have to make. So I'm going to delete the break line. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and cut this, and I'm going to make a dash over here, a dash, and then I'm going to go and save this and go ahead, and boom, there it is. So this is, again, so I have missed something. So after this word count, I think I've deleted it, so I need to write it again. So full text, if I click save, you have to write full text under the word count. And alright, I've made it at the wrong position. It has to be here under your text, and I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, made a mistake again. I'm gonna delete this. Alright, boom, so it's there. So the written written sentence that I made in the text box, it is showing here. So this program we just made is completely working. Have a pat on your back. Be proud of yourself. This is the first project that we have completed. So everything's working fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the main destination. So this is PyProTech, and be proud of yourselves completing this Python+Django project, our first project. Alright, I'm going to go and click count, and boom, So this PyProTech, and be proud of yourself completing this Python+Django and our first project. So everything's showing, and obviously if you click here, if you see here, project is 2 words, this is 1, PyProTech is 1, and 1B. So what we have succeeded in this, we have accomplished in this project, we have made a text box where you can write whatever you want, and then it clearly shows that there are 14 words. So there are 14 words in this text, and it tells us how many words there are, like specifically and separately. And this is the code. So what we did, so the mistake that I did, I had the sorted words right underneath the word list, but it has to be underneath the for. And obviously you need to change it over here, and the full text has to be here. I'm going to go and make a space, click save. So right now we have accomplished, and I have a pat on your back, and we're just going to take a break, just take a 1 or 2 break, and then experiment, just experiment with this project, like make a new h1 tag or make a new break line, just experiment with this, and we'll be back with another project. Go ahead and adios.